Hello there and welcome to the workshop and a Merry Christmas to you all. So this video we're going to have a little bit of a roundup what's happened this year and what's going to happen next year for 2024. Well, so far for this year just a little over 5.6 million of you have tuned into my videos on the two channels that I have. Don't forget, I have just a little, I think it's 856 videos now over the two channels that I have. And the channel has increased its subscribers to an additional 18,000, which is absolutely fantastic. And I would like to put a big, huge thank you out there to all the patrons to the channel and the new patrons coming in that I've noticed over the last couple of months. Without you guys, this channel just would not exist. So, you know, guys, really thank you. So I want to give you a little show around the workshop because there's been a few changes in the workshop and I want to explain to you what is coming up for 2024. So I'll take the camera off the tripod and we'll have a walk around. Okay, so first of all, come January, I will be doing the wiring for this CNC router, which I've really wanted to finish, but I just haven't had the time. Tell you the truth, the last 3 months, myself and the wife have been not very well, actually. We've sort of had pretty well 3 months of flu, so I haven't been able to really come up here and do an awful lot. So I'll be getting into this and finishing it. Of course, this is the Yuyong QueenAnt, and it's it's going to be a beautiful machine. Also, we'll be doing some work with the CNC router that I built that's quietly sat here. It's actually being used as another bench at the moment. And we'll also be also the I don't know whether the light is good enough there, but the SainSMART Genmitsu 6050 Plus. We will also getting into some demonstration work with that as well. So if we come over this way, also the Thunder Laser Nova 35, getting into some work with that, and we'll also be we're starting a new project as well. End of January, beginning of February, where we're going to be using my converted mill. Because I've got quite a few aluminium parts to make. Might try the CNC routers out with it as well, just to see how they go. I'll come back to more about that in a minute or two. So, this is the new area here where the SainSMART Genmitsu is going to live. So I've got to clear this bench off and put it on there. So I like to have machines, have their own area. And I just want to turn you around here and make sure I'm still recording. And you'll notice that my big lathe has gone and my big milling machine that was here has also gone. There's a reason for that, and I'll come back to and put the camera on the tripod, and we'll have a little discussion of what's going to happen the first half of the new year. Okay, so I know over the last 12 months I have mentioned, mainly I think to my patrons, that I was going to convert my big mill to CNC. But I just wouldn't have the work for it. You know, you sort of investing quite a bit of money into doing a conversion, a lot of time. And I probably haven't turned that mill on for 2 years. 2 years ago was the last time I did anything with it. So, you know, I started thinking, okay, well, the little X2 mill that I've got and I converted, and a lot of you have, you know, taken the plans from my Patron pages and have built your own with my conversion kit, and that's gone down really well. But I you know, a lot of jobs I do and probably need to do and have done is I need a little bit larger than the X2. The X2 is very, very handy, you know, I've done a lot of work with it, but it would be nice to have a slightly bigger one. So I've sort of been looking around, and you know, I've looked at all different types of machines, and really the Sieg machines, you know, they're available worldwide and they've got a good reputation, you know, good build quality. I mean, I've got 2 of them, and I've converted 2 already, you know, the mill and the lathe, and they work very well. So I thought, okay, we'll stick to Sieg, because if anybody wants to sort of copy my drawings and build their own, they're available worldwide, you know, as in the machines are available worldwide. So I've sort of been looking at the Sieg machines, and the one I've chosen to do is the SX 2.7. Now, I'll just fetch it up, you can have a look. So that's the That's the 2.7, and it's a beautiful little mill. It's a 1 horsepower DC motor, direct drive, no gearbox, and you know it'll run up to 2000 RPM, which is okay. But you know, I'm going to do the initial conversion to CNC, and then I'm going to look at maybe taking the RPM up to 5000 RPM. That would be really nice, 5 or 6000. Now, there's a couple of different ways that I can go about that. I can either put a NEMA 34 hybrid servo motor in here and drive it directly with Mach 4. You know, I mean, the torque rating on those, you can get them all the way up to, ooh, crumbs, I think 18 or 19 500 pounds inches, which is huge, you know. And you can run them quite successfully at 3000 RPM, so I would have to gear the head up. But there's several different ways I can go. I could even get a 2.2 kilowatt CNC spindle, a water-cooled one, and put in here and go the other way, gear it down so you increase the torque. You know, so at 24,000 RPM, I mean, if you geared it down sort of 4 to 1, that'll give you 6,000 RPM and fairly good torque as well. You'd have 4 times the torque available that you would have in a CNC router. So I'm seriously thinking about doing that. And like the next thing I want to do then, I'd like to have you know, sort of a power head on here so I could do sort of tool changes just with the press of a button. You know, I'm not really interested in a carousel, I don't think. If enough of you, you know, sort of would require one, well, we'll see what happens down the track. But I'm sort of happy with a, you know, sort of TTS tool changer, sort of one at a time, change by hand, you know. Just sort of press a button and... Okay, so we'll have a look at some of the specs on this. Like I said, it's 750 watts DC, so that's 1 horsepower. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Okay, so it's a variable speed control. You can get a high torque version of this too, but I don't particularly like the electronic control power of that. I much prefer this one. This is the standard version. Digital speed readout really doesn't matter to us. Forward and reverse, that really doesn't matter to us either. Extra rigid column, that does matter. So there's a, you know, sort of a square cast iron column on it. Belt drive, fine feed doesn't matter to us either because we converted it to CNC. Extra long work table, 700 millimeters. How long is that in the old money? Let's have a look. Let me see, 700, that's 2 foot 3.5 inches. Okay, so that's 24, 25, 26, 20, 27, 27.5 inches long. So it's a nice long table, and it is 160 wide, which is just a little over 6. It's 6 and 3/8 wide. So it's, you know, it's a fairly nice table. Now then, here's the nitty gritty. Drilling capacity 20 millimeter. End mill capacity 16 millimeter. Face mill capacity 50 millimeter. That's not bad. Probably, if you had a single cutter, like a fly cutter, it'd probably go all the way up to 65, maybe 75 millimeters. You'd get away with that, cutting stuff like aluminium. Cross travel, that'll be, you know, in the X. Sorry, cross travel in the Y. 190 millimeters, which is 190, that's 7.5 inches forward and back. What have we got here? 290 millimeters in Z travel. That doesn't really matter to us because, you know, we'll probably get a little over that. But that is just under a foot. It's about 11.5 inches. And more importantly, let me see, longitudinal travel, which is the X travel, 500 millimeters, which is a lot. Okay, so that is nearly 1 foot 8 inches. All right, or 12. What's that? 20. What am I on about? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, nearly 20 inches. Okay, so that's a good deal of travel, and we'll probably extend that an inch or so when we do the CNC conversion, which is, you know, it's a very, very good work area. Machine weight is 135 kilos, so it's a fair lump. You know, it's not a small machine. So there you are. So this is the specs and the machine from Aussie Tools, which is the distributor of Sieg tools or machines in Australia and New Zealand. Now I did say they're available worldwide, and they are. Let me see this one here. This is the UK. Eurotrade Co. UK. Where are they in the UK? Contact details. They're in Leicester. They got a phone number, everything. Contact them if you're in the UK area. But I'm sure right through Europe, you know, there is outlets for the Sieg machines. Now the US is the Little Machine Shop. Here it is here, just littlemachineshop.com. Now they supply the whole of America, and there's the price there. It's on sale at the moment actually, and it's got a DRO on this machine built in. But there it is. It's exactly the same machine, just a different color. So Little Machine Shop. Grizzly used to sell them, but I haven't seen them for a while. But what I have noticed actually with the Little Machine Shop is in their accessory packs they have power drawbar, and there it is. Now it's virtually $1,000 US. Now I am pretty sure I can design and manufacture one of my own for probably half of that, but we'll see. It looks a very nice, neat job, so we will have a look at that in the future. For me to get that here, it's probably probably cost me another 200, 250 in freight to get it, into Tasmania. And we're talking US dollars here, not Australian dollars. So we'll have a look at it. So let's just go back. So there you are. There it is. All as far as I can see, the specs are exactly the same in the American version. I think, I'm not sure whether they do 110 volt. I think it's 240 volt. It actually doesn't say. Let's have a look in the specs. Power requirements 120 volt. They do it in sort of 120 volt, 110 volt. So you're okay in America, all right. But like I say, probably, in the future, I'm going to be putting, a much, shall we say, higher output drive motor in sort of my designed CNC. And for those of you who, may not be sort of comfortable in making your own CNC kit, Sieg actually do manufacture this as a CNC machine too. And I'll just show you CNC machines, but they're a little pricey. Don't know whether you can see that. So this is them as a basic sort of model. This is the KX1, which is actually the machine that we're going to be converting. And this is the X3 converted to CNC. That's nearly $9,500. This one's $8,800, and of course this is the contained version, which is $22,000, and it's got a Simmons controller, which is a professional controller, and you can even get the lathe. This lathe is virtually the same size lathe as I did a conversion on, and of course this mill is the SX 2.7, which we're going to convert. So that just gives you an idea that if you just want to go and buy a CNC, hobby CNC or light commercial, you can actually do it at, well, I suppose reasonable cost. You don't have to go and spend tens of thousands of dollars. If you wanted a bench one, you can get one. So there you are, SX 2.7, pretty damn useful machine, converted to CNC for the first half of 2024. And as always, all the parts information, stepper motors and what have you, and drawings will be available for patrons above 3 axis level. Okay, as always. So I will try and get another video out. Not sure what I will be doing. If I've got time, before New Year's Eve, but if I don't, all you guys have a very nice Christmas and a happy New Year, and I'll see you in the new year. And again, guys, thank you for being there, and thank you for watching my videos. And if you would like to pass my videos on to your friends, you know, it would help the channel out a lot, and press like and thumbs up, and it all goes to help to make the channel grow and keep me going. So, as always, bye for now.